I love that music. Hey, of course, here we are. I'm Will Roberts, and my partner in crime is somewhere roaming around the studio. And here's your host. Welcome to the show today, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And by the way, some great announcements to have happening soon. Hey, what's happening, RJ?
Oh, hey, Will, what's up?
uh,
Where are you broadcasting to? Because I'm trying to find it so I could use it as a monitor, and I don't see it anywhere.
what are you looking for?
Oh, the live stream.
Oh, you don't see it? Well, let's check.
It's not on. It's not on our YouTube. It's not on our Honest
Oh, by
Huckster.
the way, it's not on the YouTube that we thought because that still keeps sending it to other people.
So which one is it on?
It should be on Honest Huckster.
I don't have an Honest Huckster YouTube. I have a. Should I look for that? This is live television, folks. Honest Huckster YouTube.
No,
Oh my gosh.
on Facebook. By the way,
Okay.
there you are
Where?
on my screen going, should I look for that?
I'm looking for it now because it didn't say you went live, so that's why I was wondering.
I'm live. Hey, folks, we're live. And why we're live, you know what? While RJ is searching
This
for
is
the
great television.
and on, by the way, on YouTube, if you check out YouTube, it's going to be, unfortunately, it's just going to be my actor Will Roberts site. Let me pull that up on my other one here. Welcome to the show today, the first show of the week. Let me just go to YouTube. We have another account that we've been cultivating, but right now it is not showing up on that for whatever reasons. I'm going to look up Will. Look up Will Roberts on. Look up Will Roberts. There you go, gun spinning, and let's just go to my account. And there it is. Actually, we are live. So I'm
On what? On Will Roberts?
on the account would be Will Rogers USA. Let's confuse people even more.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
You
so
have you have more
oh dang,
Facebook
I'm like,
than
let's be honest.
Nigerian prince.
Yeah, let's be honest. I'm like a criminal. Hold on,
Yeah, there's nothing under Will Rogers USA.
yeah. So I'm like a criminal though.
There's nothing under Will Rogers USA, by the way.
Yeah, there is. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at you.
I just searched for Will Rogers USA and nothing came up.
Do / after you. Oh, you have to do user and then
On Facebook?
no on Instagram, on Facebook. On Facebook, it's my regular. Here we go.
Will Roberts?
Hold on. It should be. It's
Because
probably.
I am on your Facebook right now and I don't see us live.
Oh, I was like here. I'm getting like
I
comments
see a
about.
post from a day ago where you're spinning guns.
That's an old post.
It says
Okay,
a day ago.
is see the problem is that trying to find out. Here we go. Edit profile. I don't want to do that. The problem
Oh,
with here it is. The link is actor Will Roberts.
if I type in actor Will Roberts on Facebook,
/ So basically, it's Facebook.
there we go. Hey, there I am. Okay, cool. Oh, now I've turned down my volume. Jesus Christ.
Oh, by the way, I had Doritos.
Oh, nice.
Not
God, now I wish I had my.
yeah.
I wish I had my cell phone hooked up so I could show you the setup.
I want to see it, but press focus.
I don't want to focus. I'm done focusing.
Okay.
Is that better now?
Back. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, big day today. Lots of stuff happening.
Big day. Lots of stuff.
like Ed Sullivan, big.
It's a really big shoe.
Big show. That's one of those invitations you can do, and people go, "Oh," because I don't know who that is. So I guess it sounds good.
Right. But if you say really big show, they think of Ellen and the Big Show.
That's right.
Or the wrestler, the Big Show.
So, big show today. I posted it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and blah, 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 blah. And today, RJ is going to do a review with something he got today in the mail.
No, I'm not.
You're going to talk about it, aren't you?
I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to review it.
Okay, well, he's going to talk about it. But that's interesting because let me show you something. By the way, another really cool announcement you should know is that, hold on a second, I want to show you what I did, which is actually kind of not what here we go. This is the screen on Instagram. Mother of God. Talking about the fact that RJ's, oh, well, that's really hard to see with that now, isn't it? Anyway, that's really bad. But it's the Lumix G7, and
If only there were a way you could pull that into our broadcast, like pull a website into a broadcast. That would be just fantastic.
imagine that.
Like with screen share or something.
You just stand by.
You just stand by, MFer.
Here, let's do a screen share. Jeez, this is what.
Oh, that's a horrible screen share.
Well, that's also the wrong camera, bro.
That was like that, and now it's picture in picture of the wrong camera. It's don't pay attention to the man in front of the curtain. You just snorted. What was that?
I can't help it. Now I'm doing my. Let's get rid of
That is just horrible.
I graduated from ecam school. All right. Anyway, let's get to business here. I was just
All
gonna
right.
have a conversation about that camera because he got it, and it was very exciting watching him behave like a 7-year-old kid the day before Christmas. But the other thing I want to say is that you see a logo right there in our broadcast called C-Suite Network.
Awful hard to see. We're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, that's their logo.
I know.
C-Suite
They have a
Network.
white one though too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so C-Suite Network is pretty awesome. It is, if you read here, you see it's a is on-demand television network that brings you the best of business conversations on camera. Available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. That's right. And available in hotels and airports across the U.S. Accessibility at your fingertips. If you have a TV show, get ready to air yours on C-Suite TV. They had like 10,000 hotels, and I don't know what it was, but I was like, wow, that's a lot of broadcasts. So now we're officially, a little latency going on here. We're officially syndicated.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I really shouldn't use the Facebook as a monitor because I have my iPad set up next to the camera, so I can have the monitor, so I can have the eye contact and not have to move my head. But right at the top, above the C-Suite logo, is the count for how many people are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me.
Just you?
It's one person watching.
Oh,
It's me.
oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Because this, again, what doesn't matter is that this wonderfully, finely produced live stream is going to be on C-Suite, and they have billions of people. It's also showing on YouTube Live, Facebook, of course, 2 Facebooks, I think. And then it's showing on Twitter, which is 80,000. So I bet they're all sitting there like, this is going, damn, this is a good show. That's what I'm thinking. So, big day in tech for your camera, and I'm kind of excited because I may at some point I have the Sony A7 III coming to me, which is also 4K. I
Fingers crossed.
coming from Malaysia. Oh, I just feel like a sucker right now. Anyway,
There is one born every minute.
there is one born in a minute. But I actually, as I look at this Black Magic setup, I'm gonna be telling you that it's kind of tough to beat this. It's really quite sharp.
And
And
now that you got it working,
yeah, well, I had to buy new equipment, and well, I will tell you though, why, well, since we're talking, I'm you're gonna talk about something during the break, but I can't find it, man. I bought a microphone, and because I have a Sennheiser lavalier, and I'm gonna find that sometime. Thought I brought it with me. Anyway,
which brings us to today's show topic: do your homework.
do your homework. Yeah, actually, that is the show topic. But do you want to? Can I launch into product, and you can just simply talk about your experience so far with the Lumix, or is that what we're doing with you?
Sure, if you'd like to,
Yeah.
or yeah.
Oh, that's not it.
Nope.
Ah, okay. Talk to us.
I'll talk to you. So Will was right. Sunday night, I was like a 7-year-old child on Christmas Eve waiting for Santa. I went to bed at 8:30, thinking that if I got to bed early, Christmas would come earlier, because I knew that my package would be arriving on Monday. And so I went to bed at 8:30, tossed and turned for a while, finally fell asleep, got up. Then it was a deluge, or as the kids vernacular call it, a shitstorm, a deluge of work that came in Monday morning that we had to deal with. And I was sitting with my door open so I could hear the UPS driver arrive. And I happened to be on a phone call when it happened. And Will wanted me to wait and do an open box. And I'm like, screw that. I'm not going to do an open box. I want to open the box. I don't want to have to worry about setting up a camera to open a box to the thing. So what you're seeing me on right now is my brand new camera. Now, it's not a brand new camera. Well, it's brand new in the box, but this camera came out in 2015. So it's a 6-year-old camera, but it is a fantastic camera for the entry-level live streamer who wants to shoot a live stream on a professional camera. Yes, this is a prosumer camera, which means it's a professional consumer camera. It's shoots in 4K. It also shoots in 1080 all the way through all the 1080s and all that stuff. What you're seeing is amazing compared to my Canon that I was shooting with last episode. The Canon is still a fantastic camera, but it hooks up via USB, so there's a little bit of image loss, a little bit of image clarity loss. This one hooks up straight through a clean HDMI out into my computer, and it's fantastic. And get this, I'll put a link to this in the blog that follows this. It was under $500 at Best Buy, under $500, and it's an amazing camera for that price. Especially if you're looking at getting a camera and thinking about, well, maybe I should buy like a really high-end webcam. Don't do it. A high-end webcam is going to cost you $250. For an extra $250, you get this camera. Yeah. And I've already tricked it. Today I just bought a new lens. As a matter of fact, I bought a 20 millimeter lens,
which is a preferred on that camera for the web.
What was that?
Oh, it's a preferred. That's the preferred lens, millimeter for live streaming on that camera.
Right. And that was via Adrian on Ecamm, because he shoots on the same camera I do.
Oh, he does?
He shoots on the Lumix G7.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was the one I searched, for the last several months when I was really getting into this. A pretty funny little story is a friend of mine in Hollywood called me and said, "How's it going?" He goes, "I'm trying to get a webcam and, blah, blah." I go, "I can send you one." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "I have like 3 webcams, 4 cameras." He's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Well, my partner and I, RJ, ever since we started this live stream thing, I think the other hobby you get is collecting, camera equipment."
I know.
I've learned more about production in the 38 years that I've been doing TV and radio. I've learned more in the last 6 months than ever. But I told them about this one, which is actually not the totally preferred, but the Lumix has always been. If you check up the Lumix G7, it is literally I would say probably the top 1 or 2, even in prosumer, like you said, it is one of the top ones for
well, and also for not just for live streaming, but for young filmmakers who want to start out and don't want to always shoot on their iPhone.
Yes.
The Lumix shoots in 4K at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
And it puts out an MP4 file, which is a little difficult. The way they set up the file transfer system is interesting. I'm not really a filmmaker, so I won't have to worry about that because I'm primarily although I will be shooting a commercial with this here shortly, just to test it out and see how it looks.
Sure.
But I have to say that So far, I'm going to give a full review of this after using it for a week and
Good.
really delving into it, because I've been playing with all the buttons. I bought a ND filter for it, which I think is really cool. I got the new lens that's going to be coming. I got my lens. I'm not a very avid eBay shopper, unlike Will. But my lens I got from a person in Southern California, so I know that it'll be here in like a day or two. So,
Asia.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's the Lumix G7. Check it out. It's I'll put a link to it on Best Buy.
Yeah,
It was
good deal,
$497.
man.
It was
That's a
so
good
dirt cheap. Um,
deal, yeah.
and it's great. It's a great camera. I am digging the heck out of it.
Yeah.
So far,
It,
give me a week. Give me a week.
it's a point and shoot camera for sure, and as you talked about, I read that if you get an ND filter, it's better and blah 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 blah. So it is literally and it's 4K like you said. So I have in front of me the Ninja. What the hell is this thing? It's the Ninja Flame, which is a monitor that
Yeah.
it's basically a camera if you're filming. And the cool thing is that when you record it, it's a recording monitor, so it literally will record ProRes, which, by the
Oh,
way,
that's great.
film, yeah, I mean, it takes your 4K and it like you can really squash out and make a raw. It's just crazy stuff. But that camera is by all means. That was the first camera I thought about getting, and then I went crazy and I don't know what the hell I did. I got something else, and then I decided to take on my Black Magic, which is cool, but this is a little bit like,
I made you decide to take your Black
yes, you
Magic.
did, but the only thing I don't like about it, and I'm looking forward to getting the Sony, is that this is a little bit like having the first IBM and like build a room. So you got to know that this. You should see. I wish I could show you the setup. Actually, I can't. The setup on this thing is like insane. Let me just do something really quickly here. I don't know if I can do this because its cord's not very big, but I want you to see this. Oh, shit. All right. See, I don't think, here it is. Yeah, there it is. Let me grab a mouse. I want you to see this. And I wish I could do picture in picture, can't I? So if you see this, you can't see it. That's a bed. And, okay, well, there it is. So this is the setup I have up here. You can't see it. So there's the Black Magic. This is the monitor. There's the light. But this Black Magic, man, look at that thing.
You know, if you only had an app for your phone that could turn your phone into a handheld camera.
I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Anyway,
what I do want to do is get this off this shot. This is horrible.
boy.
Hey, let me just go ahead and tell you that. Let's go back to the two shot. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and put it in the screen really quickly. I found the mic. So one thing is,
Oh, good.
we were looking at the, the microphones for the Sennheiser, the wireless that I had. And the thing is you want to kind of be careful. And by the way, the other word of advice is, yes, be careful with your eBay buying, because what you need to do, I would tell you the best, seriously, the best advice I can give you on eBay is scroll down to the bottom and see where it's coming from. Because I have bought stuff before. First of all, I bought a lightsaber, like a real lightsaber, from the Star Wars one. And a friend of mine sent me one with a whip on it because I'm a whip artist. And it was a hilt that was like a $900 hilt. I'm like, dude. Anyway, so I ordered one on Facebook or eBay or something. I'm like, oh, this would be awesome. I literally got two of them in the mail. Wasn't supposed to be two. They were plastic and they were worth probably would be not even brought to you by a dollar store. And I'm like, what? I've been screwed so many times. And the other thing is, if you don't look and see that it comes from China, I don't care what kind of deal you get. Don't buy
Takes
the shit
forever.
from China. Don't buy the shit from
So I
China.
had the same thing happen to me. A friend of mine was looking for a bicycle pump, and I was like, "What a perfect Christmas gift!" And I found this one that was a rechargeable USB rechargeable bicycle pump.
Sure.
And I was like, "Great!" And it was like $19. I'm like, "Fantastic!" I get it a month and a half later,
There you
past
go.
Christmas,
There you go.
and it is this big, which I was like, that's great. But it's a pump one. You have to pump it. And I was like, you're shitting me. And the worst part is, and that these guys prey on you for that, because it will cost you more to ship it back and get a refund
You are
than
right.
it would be than you paid for it.
You're right. I actually got a keyboard that was supposed to be one of those old style typewriter ones. You know, I
Yeah.
love stuff, and I'm like, I love this. Like, normally they're like $300. This is like $30. I'm like, damn, it looks really legit. Well, the Facebook ones, don't ever buy them off of Facebook because they always seem to rip you up. I got a flat that was like this big, and I couldn't even put my finger. It was a $5 item, and they said, "Well, unfortunately, we know you paid 40, $60 for it, but we can't help you because unless you want to ship it back, because they said from China, you ship back." Basically in some weird broken English, and I said, "But it was going to cost me $275 to ship it back."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what? I actually won because I raised a big enough stink. But anyway, so I wanted to tell you, if you look at this right here, I'm going to sling it onto the screen and just show you that on my side, that you can see this right here is actually a really, it's on, of course, Amazon. This is I'm totally very happy with this. And as you can see up in the top right, it's $29.95. RJ
Why
pulled
you
up.
always gotta cover my face?
Oh, let me see if I can help that out. No, I sure can't, man. I wish I could.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, 29.95, and I was like, "Oh, I've had one of these before, but this is the screw type." On the back of it, it shows you there's like 7 different types of connectors.
Right.
Anyway, again, you kind of have to buyer beware when you buy stuff like that on Amazon or eBay. The cool thing about Amazon is you get it quickly and disappointed. The bad thing about the other ones is like eBay. I've waited 2 months, two
Oh
months
yeah.
easy, and then you get it, and you're like,
I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing.
"You're wearing
Not
what?
my T-shirt, but my microphone.
Oh no."
I'm wearing a lav that I got on Amazon. I paid $49 for it. It plugs into. I have a little mixer console,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's an XLR plug-in. I
It's an
am.
XLR plug-in.
Oh yeah,
Oh
it's an
wow.
XLR. It runs on phantom power. I am thoroughly impressed by this, is because Will and I have been performers for years, and if you're a performer who does any type of movement, a lavalier mic absolutely sucks unless you have a
It,
high end
yeah,
lavalier mic like
yeah.
the ones they use in professional theater.
Cirque du
And
Soleil.
even those don't work the best all the time.
Right, you're taped. And
I'm yeah, I'm very happy with this so far. Maybe I'll talk about it next week and put a link in it as well. I
yeah.
also have another product next week that I want to talk about, that I'll just tease you with. They are LED lights that are collapsible and moldable, so you can, yeah, they're cool. They're basically, it's a heavy quarter a bag. It's about 9 inches tall by about 6 inches wide, with LED strips in it and on a reflector background. And it works as its own barn door, so you can actually close it up to be really small. You can crunch it down.
Oh,
It's so cool.
that is
So
cool.
I'll talk about those next week too.
I think we should definitely have we'll have a section on microphones, but uh,
Absolutely, and we'll test them all out too, because we can also I can also show my setup with my board and my podcasting mic that I use for when I do podcasts, which is completely different than this microphone, because I like to. This microphone that I'm wearing now doesn't catch the room noise like my
no, you're
regular standard
good.
mic does.
And I've noticed in our broadcast, like I've got this one.
Hmm.
I mean, I have a Shure SM7B
Hmm.
and a what's called a cloud lifter, which
Right.
hooks to it because the SMB technically has a low, what do you call, not impedance,
Frequency.
what it means is that when the SMB is really great, but it's not very loud when you get it, and in order for you to turn up the sound and get the SMB to maybe what you want, if you're doing a God,
Right.
if you're doing a God voice or something, it gives you the hiss.
Oh
So
yeah, because you get
the
room noise,
cloud lifter
ambient
does.
noise.
What's that?
You get the ambient noise.
Well, because you're cranking it up high enough to get it high enough, it's getting that, so it's called a cloud lifter. And what it does is it knocks that down and allows you to bring it up and you don't hear that. But it's, dude, I got enough that I have to tear down all the time. I gotta I'd have to have like you have, I'd have to have a, what do you call it, a preamp, and then
You know what I love about my teardown? I can get
wow.
my teardown done in the time it takes for you to play that outro video.
Which reminds me, I think it's time for that. Thanks for coming to the show today. We've had a great time. We're gonna
We
have.
actually had a topic to talk about. Well, we'll talk about it on Thursday because
That's right.
we both had a hellacious morning this morning. My morning started at 5:15 with emails from a client. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been going ever since. I haven't eaten lunch today. You know this because of the surgery that I have. I
Yeah.
told you about where they removed 2/3 of my stomach,
Yeah.
and on that part of the stomach was a gland that tells your brain you're hungry. So I'm never hungry. So I always forget to eat. And so I'm sitting here realizing, what did I have? I did coffee. Coffee does not count as food. So I think we should come back at this fresh on Thursday, just gung ho, ready to go.
Yeah. There, and by the way, just to let you know, yeah, in regards to clients and us having, this company that we're doing, it's definitely expanding. There's a lot going on. I have a real estate person that I'm talking to that we're going to be doing something with. I already actually have been doing something with her, but she kind of like has taken like 2 months for her to get everything straight, but it'll be happening soon. But the point is that like the person he was talking about, this guy is amazing, but this guy is like, he takes work. I mean, it's just what it is. So anyway, but hey, coming up, I want to let you know, or we want to let you know something really cool. Is that I'm going to say this, Arjun. Stop me if we can't, but we're going to start coming up with a new segment that is basically called Livestream Makeover, where we're going to have people, send an email in or whatever. We're going to pick people and we're going to bring them on the show live and look at their setup and basically kind of help them in regards to the lights, camera, and the action. Nice. And we're gonna kind of do, the tie
Do I get to say the thing?
move that. Yeah. What are you gonna
Do
say?
I get to say the thing?
What is it?
Move that green screen.
Move.
See? Hey,
Love
I
it. I
already
was
got it.
wondering
I've been
what do
thinking
you
about it.
say? What do you say? Move
Yeah.
that green
But
screen.
yeah, as Will was saying, we're gonna do a live stream makeover. We're going to basically look at your setup, what you've got, what you might need help with. We'll also go through what you're running on your computer, what you're using for a monitor, what you're
Yeah.
using for lighting, what you're using for a background or a backdrop, depending on that.
Internet.
Exactly, definitely internet. And we're just going to give you, like we do on the show here, tips and tricks on just boosting your performance so you can get your live stream out. And this is not just for the influencers that are live streaming. This is
Yeah.
for you
Business.
business people
Right.
who are going to these conferences virtually and having to give talks
Yeah.
and sitting there in a chair or on your couch with your laptop on your lap, and every time you cough, it bounces up and down. That's not putting your best face forward.
Or
Yeah, it's just the weirdest thing ever.
that
So
might
we're
be.
gonna help you get a little set up.
Yeah, that's what we do. And here's your host. If you're interested, we consult people and tell them how to do it, what to do. But the thing that we do that's kind of different is that we both have about 40 years, well, 80 years collectively, jeez,
You just called
worth
me
of
old.
performance on camera, off camera, both. Am I? I'm not gonna say former for you. I'll just say Cirque du Soleil and former.
Yeah, I'm still employed by them. So
Yeah, good. So we are both, we both work for the top entertainment company in the world. And the cool thing is that we have the experience behind and in front of the camera and on stage and screen. So that's kind of different than what most people doing this. Most of them are going to be like, hey, and this and that, and you're going to empower people and smile. Anyway, we're going to be real, straight and
I'm
up
gonna
front.
try putting my glasses on because I realize I don't have my lights focused at me. But you can still see them on you can still see my screen.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a shame.
It is.
Oh,
I
it'd be
didn't mean
so much better if I could see when we do these things.
Yeah, me too. That's why I need to have, I don't have contact lenses. But anyway,
No.
all right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of us. RJ at and here's your host.com. RJ at
Or will at andhere'syourhost.com.
And if you're interested, you can check out this show and many others and the podcast if you happen to be driving. You're like, I can't watch these two funny guys on the C Suite Network. We'll give you that information later on. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I press the button to say bye bye. See you later, buddy.
Bye.